Hi guys, so after I posted Queen Elizabeth the last time, people were saying, I know what Queen Elizabeth did to Africans, blah blah blah. So I said, okay, I'm going to make some research, and finally, guess where I am? Badagry. This is Slave Port Badagry, and we are at Seriki Faremi Williams Abbas Slave Museum, and the curator is going to take us around the museum. Follow me as I show you guys around. Let's go. Seriki Faremi Williams Abbas Port Barracoon of 40 slaves sale. Let's go inside. You would not see this anywhere. Nobody's going to tell you the truth.
We'll start from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is our curator, so he's going to take us round. And this is the man that helped us locate here.
Yeah. So you're welcome.
Thank you.
My name is Moshood once again.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name, ma?
Miriam.
Miriam. With that name, Miriam, I can't tell you where you come from. What's your native name, ma?
Me, I don't have one.
You don't have one?
I used to be a Muslim, so Miriam is a Muslim name.
Miriam is a Muslim
Yeah,
name.
my name is Miriam Oyakilome actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir, what's your name, sir?
My name is Michael.
Michael, what's your native name, sir? I know you're
Abayomi.
African. Abayomi. With that name Abayomi, I immediately know that Abayomi is from the Yoruba. But with your name Miriam, I can't tell you where you come
It's
from.
an Arabic name.
With my name Moshood, I can't tell us where I come from.
Where are you from?
Moshood is an Islamic name. Anybody can be a Moshood.
Okay.
I just want you to know how powerful African names are. My name is Bamidele. Can you tell me where I come from with that name?
Yoruba
Bamidele?
land.
Yes. We African, we have a name that tells story, history, or directory. Through your name, someone can locate you. As an African, through your name, someone can tell you where you come from. But during slave era, slaves don't have identity. They bear their master's name or any name their master wish to give to them. Like when you buy a dog and you give your dog any name you wish to give to your dog. If the white men that is slave, our forefathers retain our forefathers' name, it will be very easy for the black Americans to repatriate back to their people. But because they don't retain their name, it's not easy for the blacks over there to trace their roots. The world know this compound as Brazilian Barracoon. Most slaves taken from this compound were being taken to Brazil, and most of them were Yoruba origin. Today in Brazil, there's a god mostly worshipped by the Yorubas called Yemoja. In Brazil, they call it Lemeja. Eshu, they call it Ezu. Iyalaka, they call it Akaraje. Shango, they call it Zango. That's what you know, there were Yorubas that have been moved from this compound down to Brazil, and they still practice the same culture. And Barracoon is a Spanish word. It means dungeon, storehouse, or slave cell where slaves are being kept. In this compound, we have a total number of 40 rooms.
Okay.
During slave era, 40 slaves were being kept in each room. Okay. 40 times 40, 1,600 slaves were being moved in and out of this compound every 3 to 4 months. And this compound belongs to Seriki Williams Abbas. This is the man in the cenotaph. His birth name was Ifare Milekun Ifagbemi. How come the name changed to be Seriki Williams Abbas? This young man was captured at the age of 6 in a town called Jogarile in Ogun State during the Egbas and Dahomey War. He was captured by a slave trader called Abbas. Abbas was a black man, an Islamic scholar who lived in Dahomey. Abbas took this young man to Dahomey and made him a domestic slave. We have two categories of slave, the field slave and the domestic. The field slave work on the farm, the domestic work, yes, field.
Okay, field. Okay.
Yes, the field slave work on the farm, the domestic work in the master house. Abbas used him as a domestic slave. Later, they sold him to a white man called Williams. Williams took Ifare Milekun to Brazil and gave him education. Through Williams, Ifare Milekun speaks English, Dutch, Spanish, and Portuguese. And while working for Williams, whenever Williams is going out for his business, he takes this young man along with him, consciously showing him his business. One day, Williams called him, "Young man, come, let me set you free on one condition. You work for me." And Ifare Milekun grabbed the offer as the only opportunity he has to be a free person. When Ifare Milekun left Brazil, he first settled at Lagos Island, then they called it Lagos Colony. He came to resettle in Badagry in this compound in the year 1840, when the second master, Williams, built this compound in the year 1840. Year 1895, Ifare Milekun was to ban Seriki Musulumi of Badagry. They made him the paramount ruler in Badagry. He ruled Badagry for 24 years. I will tell you much about him when we enter the museum. Let's see this other side.
Okay.
In the olden days in Africa, we have our own currency that we spend, our own money. If you have 100 naira notes, if anybody have 100 naira notes, I will show you some of this money I want to mention on that 100 naira note.
This is 100
yes,
naira.
Thank you. At the back of this 100 naira notes, we have what we call Manila. This two covering is called Manila, used by the Portuguese. This is Yala salt. It's like a precious stone, a white stone. And these are cowrie shells.
This is what?
Manila, Yala salt, cowrie shells, and tobacco that is for cigarette these days was used as currency then. Thank you. When the European came, they did see all these things I mentioned as money. So they bring in the idea of trade by barter. When they bring in the idea of trade by barter, if European give our forefather one ceramic bowl in exchange of 10 human beings as slaves.
Okay. One of these ceramic bowl. We call it breakable plate. 10 slave. We still have 5 plates I will show you when we enter the museum. A then gun, Yoruba call it Ibon Shakabula, was used in exchange of 40 human beings as slave. The mirror doesn't have specific number. The highest bidder get the price. We call it bargain power. The big cannon gun, which is olden days bomb, was used in exchange of 100 slaves. The short one, 40 slaves.
The bottle of gin was used in exchange of 10 human beings as slaves. They are not after the liquor in the bottle, but the design on the bottle. I'll show you a surviving bottle 1873 from Vienna, Austria. One umbrella was used in exchange of 40 human beings as slaves. The question is, we Africans or black men, what do we do with the den gun and the cannons? We use it to fight ourselves to get more slaves to sell to the whites. We sold ourselves into slavery. And these two doors have been here since 1840 when this compound was established. It's part of our monument. People all over the world come to see. Yes, since 1840.
1840.
Yes. So out of 40 rooms, 38 of the rooms are currently occupied by Sediki Williams Aba's descendants. So the federal government met with the family in this compound that they should retain 2 cells the way it were. So they gather most of the relics and some of these items used in exchange of slaves in those 2 rooms for people all over the world to see. Let's go inside the rooms and see what we have inside.
Okay, this was the cell. As small as it is.
Oh. So you're welcome. Out of 40 rooms, we are standing in one of the rooms. All rooms are like this. Where we are standing here is called a waiting cell. This is where Europeans check slaves down to buy before they buy them. The same way we check animals before buying, the same way they check human being. They take the eyes, they check the dentition, they hit them in the stomach to nip their feet. Because their aim and objective is to take them to where they're taking them to work for them on the farm. So they need healthy slaves. Slaves above 35-40 are called macrons. Europeans reject such slaves. Any slave rejected by the European, they don't return them back to where they were captured. They kill them or feed them to animals. And we have the inner room, which is called the dark room, where they keep 40 people. We are still going there. Here we have what we call ankle shackles. They easy to join 2 slaves together while working on the farm. One in the leg of the first slave, one in the leg of the second slave. Shall we try it?
Okay.
Yeah.
On me?
No, we are not slaves.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this, and they start this rod and put padlock here. Can I try to move with this?
Oh,
You drag me along with you. 2 people work with this for 18 hours on the farm, and they have 15 minutes to rest. They want to eat, drink water, pee, excrete. Within 15 minutes, they continue another for another 18 hours. These things are made of metal. It always puts wounds around the ankle. Nobody cares because slaves are property, and you can do anything you like with your property. The difference between a slave and your sunshade is because a slave has life. If you get angry, you can break your sunshade. The same thing to slave. If you get angry, you can kill your slave, and nobody will ask you for that. And here is a surviving umbrella used in exchange of 40 human beings. This umbrella was made of wood, brass, silk, and cane. This umbrella was made of wood, brass, silk, and cane. As heavy as this umbrella is, one slave boy have to put it on the head of the master as long as the master will stay outside. And if a slave boy is putting this umbrella on the head of the master, he should play with his shoulders not to disappoint him. Because if this umbrella should drop from the hand of the slave boy on the head of the master, they will behead the slave.
Hi, Jesus.
This umbrella was not designed for the sun, not for the rain, just to show your status in the community. You want to try the weight? You lift it from here to know the weight. About 30 to 35 kg. One person will hold it on the head of the master as long as the master will stay outside. That chain on that wall behind you there, and this chain in this glass here, they use it to kill the slaves. Then, when we enter the second cell, I will show you how they do lynching with these 2 chains. And this iron is called branding iron. What's your name again, ma'am?
Miriam.
If I'm Miriam's slave, my name should be Miriam. So Miriam will put this iron in the fire, red hot, and she uses it to write Miriam on my chest. If she's a woman, they write it at the back. What's your name again, sir?
Michael.
If Miriam should buy me today and brand me Miriam, if Michael should buy me tomorrow, Michael will have to brand me again. Miriam brand me today, Michael will have to brand me tomorrow because I've become Michael's slave. Let's go inside the dark room where they keep 40 people. Yeah. That's why we call it dark room. Dark room. These 3 glasses were not then. This is where they keep 40 people. 40 human beings in this room, 3 to 4 months. This is where they pee. This is where they excrete. Because of the odor, some will vomit. Even women or menses have to do it on themselves here.
Hi.
40 people in this place, 3 to 4 months. That's the only ventilation they have. And there was a door here before they will lock the door. So they'll be here for 3 to 4 months. Let's see closely how many people have died in this kind of situation. That's why I do tell people, whenever we are here, we are not here to catch fun, but just to feel the pain the people in the past have felt are freedom fighters. Here we have a surviving bottle used in exchange of 10 human beings as slaves. Like I said earlier, they are not after the liquor in this bottle, but the design on the bottle. Many people have asked me, where is the design on this bottle that was 10 human beings? If you put on your flash, you'll see the design on the bottle.
On your flash.
You can check it. That's the design. That was why they used it in exchange of 10 people. So that bottle represents 10 human beings because of that design you saw. And these are gramophone records used by Sediki Williams Abbas. These days we use cassette CDs. Most times we use our phone. And this brass disc was given to Sediki as a gift by the Brazilian when they made him the paramount ruler. And this kettle was given to him by the European. These are cowrie shells used in those days. Here we have surviving ceramic bowls used in exchange of 10 human beings as slaves. It doesn't matter the size. This was used in exchange of 10. Same thing applicable to this and the rest. So we have 50 human beings in this glass. Because Sediki was a Muslim then, this is where they keep his water for ablution, his soup pot, and his drinking pot. Let's see the second cell and see what's inside. So you're welcome to the second room. Like I said earlier, all the rooms are the same. A waiting cell and the dark room. Here's a local mannequin showcasing Sediki Williams Abbas cloth. The original cloth he wore the day they made him the paramount ruler. This is it here. And the chair he sat under is the chair over there. And here is punishment given to any disloyal slave. Any slave that refused the master order or refused to bear the master's name, this is how they tie them around the tree and beat them. During process, many died because they can't bear the pain. And these dogs are cockiller dogs. They use it to chase runaway slave. If any slave tried to escape from the farm, they release 20 of these dogs to attack one man. When they catch the slave, they devour the slave. Here's the movement to the point of no return. Chains on the neck, the hands, and the leg of the slave while going to the point of no return. 3,000 men on a row, on a single file. If the person in front should fall, the rest behind them will fall. If you are going to the point of no return, today, while going, you will see a well called Spirit Attenuation Well. The well water they give the slaves then that make them to lose their memory is still on that island. And here is the story building built for Sediki Williams Abbas in this compound, year 1847. It collapsed 1995. When we go outside, I will show you the remains of the building. These are some people captured as slaves but have opportunity to come back, like Santos Silva, Candido J. Darocha, Samuel Ajayi Crowther, Jaja Ofokpobo, and some other people. The entrance door in this photo is the original door standing here, behind you. This door here. After the building collapsed, they moved the door inside this room. And these are some of the things that happened to our people during slavery. These are slave raiders. They want to capture this man, but he took knife and killed himself. That for me to be slave, I prefer to die. There was a woman like that, Margaret Garner. She killed 4 of her children and killed herself. That for me and my children to be slave, we prefer to die. This is what we call iron muzzle. They used it to guard the mouth of slaves while working on the farm, for them not to eat from the farm product. They plant sugarcane. We derive glucose from sugarcane. Glucose gives you instant energy, and this white men believe that if these slaves should eat out of this sugarcane, they will have strength to fight back. They feed slave once in a day. Slave have access to water once in a day. They don't feed slave to increase in size or to stay healthy. They feed them to stay alive, don't just die. And this is another matchbox. We don't have many slaves used in exchange of the box. This is called Ashwetu by the Yorubas, used by Sediki Williams Abbas. Let's see another room for 40 people. Here we have a sample of the iron corrugated sheet they use in roofing this compound then, compared to the one they produce these days. If I try to fold this iron sheet, it won't. But the one they produce these days, I can fold and keep in my pocket. We've lost quality. The 2 chains I showed you in the first room, the one on the wall, the one in the glass, this is what they use it for. If they catch any slave having sexual intercourse on the plantation, planning coup against the master or trying to run away, this is how they hang the men, this is how they hang the women. They tie that chain I showed you around the ribs of the men, the hands at the back. They hang them on gallows. They suspend the legs from the ground. In this position, that chain will break the ribs. They'll be dripping blood from the nose and the mouth. They'll be here dying gradually. These are the women. Their 2 hands up. They suspend the leg from the ground. The blood from the hand, the head, all over the body will come to the thigh. They get heavier and they will be here dying gradually. In the presence of other slaves, as you see them, they won't last a day. And here, we have Sediki Williams Abbas relaxation chair. For someone to have this kind of chair in those days, it shows how prominent he was. And these are Sediki descendants. Currently, Badagry, if anybody is to be elected as Sediki of Badagry, the person should be from this family. And this is the current Sediki of Badagry. Let's see where Sediki Abbas was buried in this compound. This well was dug in the year 1847 by the slaves. If you look inside the well, they didn't use rim for the well. They used burnt bricks. So they set the bricks one by one. So it was done by the slaves. Burnt bricks.
Okay.
And the same burnt bricks they use in constructing all the rooms in this compound. In 1962, the family of Seriki Williams Abbas used cement to hold the walls.
Okay.
This place used to be Seriki Williams Abbas Court, where he passes judgment to the Muslims community and where he had meeting with any king in Nigeria down to have meeting with him then. And this place used to be his chamber where he relaxed himself. That relaxation chair was inside this room then. We still have some rooms behind this. Oh, let's see. So all these rooms were slave cell, but we have people living in these rooms now here.
Okay.
So all in total 40 rooms and 40 slaves in each, and all the rooms are the same: a waiting cell and the dark room. We can see sample of the burnt bricks around here. The story building that was built for Seriki Williams Abbas in the year 1847 that collapsed 1995 was standing here.
Okay.
This is the remains of the building. Here's the foundation.
Okay.
And all these rooms also were slave cell. When Seriki Williams Abbas died, this is where he was buried. Seriki Abbas died 11th of June 1919 and he was buried here. Sorry. 103 years ago that he died, he was buried here. Later, the Brazilian came back to build this mausoleum on his grave. Why? Because they see him as a loyal person, someone that was captured as slave, later freed, and he continued the business because his master has asked him to continue the business. He was just like the 2IC for the master here. The master cannot be here and be in his hometown at the same time doing the business. So he needs somebody that he can trust, that will understand our people language here. That was why he sent Seriki down to Nigeria. And this is the tomb of the last son, Saka Ajao Abbas. He was given birth to 1913. He was at the age of 6 when his father died. His father was at the age of 6 when he was captured as a slave, and he died 1987 at the age of 74. So you're welcome to Brazilian Barracoon. Do you have any question?
I'm so weak. I don't even know what to ask. Do you guys have any question? Like, my mentality has really changed coming here. A lot of things has changed, my mindset, and I was even emotional in there when you tried to use that stuff on my leg. I couldn't move.
I saw it in your eyes.
Well,
you almost dropped tears.
I almost did.
I saw it.
I don't know what to ask. Do you guys have any question?
If you don't have any question, maybe if you see some other museums, you may have questions. We still have like 4 other sites. Shall we? Okay.
We shall. Guys, there's a video that